Hello and welcome to our channel MGTracey. Today I was going to show you some of the basics of, if you've not had a rental villa that's had a hot tub, how to use it really. We've never had one before, so it took a little bit of fathering out, and we'll have a run through now. On a rainy day like today, actually the pool can be a bit challenging. So if you've got a rental villa that's got a hot tub and you're out of any thunderstorms and showers, can't really use the pool if you've got electrical storms, then this is something fantastic. I think if you're like us, you think, oh, are you really going to want a hot tub when you're in Florida, which is baking? But my answer firmly now is yes, it's a fantastic thing to have. So this one is a sort of 4 to 6 seater, it's quite a big one, and it's whirring away. One of the first things you learn about hot tubs is you actually never turn it off. So to get it up to temperature from scratch is going to take a while. So you leave it running at a background temperature of 95 degrees, and we'll show you that in a second. The other thing you'll find with your spa is somewhere in the house or outside you're going to have a circuit breaker. So if anything goes wrong, that's just going to pop. And you just need to pull it all the way back, all the way over to reset it. Obviously if it keeps popping, there's something wrong with it, but that's really just how you would turn it on if it's not been on. So in order to get a hot tub up to speed, they will have a cover. This one's got a really fantastic thick cover. It's about 2-3 inches. And this just chugs along on its own, almost like bath water underneath there at 95. So obviously to use it, you need to lift off the cover. This possibly is a 2-man job, so quite heavy. So if you have a look at this hot tub now, what you've got is it running in a filter clean mode, or just it keeps the temperature going. You've got your little screen here. I'll show you how to use that in a minute, but that's showing that it's running at 96. 95, 96 is about where you want to. When the hot tub reaches the desired temperature, it will turn itself off and then just flip on and off to keep it at the background temperature. If you want to have it a bit warmer, I certainly like it around 100, 101, then you just turn this up a bit, and it takes about 20 minutes to go from that background temperature up to the 101, 102. With a hot tub, you don't ever empty it or refill it, the water just stays in there. So you should have something like this floating around, and this has some little chemicals and things in it which keep the water fresh in the hot tub. But you shouldn't have to top it up. If you have to keep topping it up, then it's got a leak somewhere. All these bits and pieces, you just leave these alone. These two with the filters and things, don't need to touch those. The main bit you'll have is a controller that's very similar to this. Now they all work in a very similar way. There's one here, just have a look in there, is turning the Jacuzzi facility on, getting some water pumping through. And you can see that very quickly froths up. Around the edges, they vary in design, but on little Jacuzzis you'll have a little button like this. And as you twist that, that alters the amount of air that's going through. So the unit, when it's turned on, is going to have all the jets running and pumping water. How much air is in there is controlled by that. So you see, if you look around the pool, where each of the seats are, you each have your own little twisty button there, where you can set how much air you want to come through. And very quickly this froths away here. This one has a sort of another mode as well, which is a sort of a turbo mode, where even more jets come on. That is quite loud. Anyone who's seen my how to make candy floss will know that's another noisy machine. And if you're in there for a while, you probably don't want all that running. Just get a bit drony. This one here, this is controlling, there's a little waterfall over there. That's the one that's connected to the heater. So that's where your fresh filtered hot water's coming out of. You can turn that off, and then you can have that go in there. So that water, if you've got a bad neck or something, if you have that with nice water on your neck, that's going to help a stiff neck or anything like that, because that's a bit warmer. That's this particular unit running flat out. This particular one, which is made in Florida, has got two 1.5 horsepower engines tucked underneath. That's both of them going flat out. So if you wanted to up the temperature, going back to our little display here, so this is currently at 96. In this model, you touch and hold and it goes down. and now it will now keep at 90. If you touch and hold it, it will now take it to 103, and so the heater element has come back on itself now, and it will take that pool temperature up to whatever you want. This varies slightly depending on what type of hot tub you've got, but they all work in a very similar way that you can alter the temperature.
The light inside.
There's a light inside, which is, I think, that one. You might just be able to see that coming on off. So again at night, you've got a bit of lighting in there. It varies by the type of jacuzzi you've got. So anyway, I think this is something certainly worth looking out for when you're renting your next villa. We've had a lot of fun with this. And if you do happen to cop an unfortunate day of electrical storms in Florida and the pool is looking a bit on the chilly side, then you've got somewhere else to have a little wade around in and enjoy. So we'll see you next time. We've got over 2,000 videos, so please have a look at them. Lots of them on video on Florida. We'll see you next time. Cheerio.